big question that I got over the 75 hard was, why'd you get your belly button pierced?
Yeah.
You 6 times your following
Almost.
from creating content.
Yeah.
I pinned the glute like once or twice. I did not fuck with that.
If you're not the average human intelligence, this AGI is gonna be beating you.
Even these upper divs that I'm taking this quarter, info management, science class, I bet you none of my professors have ran a business. People are like, oh, are you hybrid now? I'm like, dude, what does that even mean? She told me, she's like, yeah, I don't really want to be with you because you can't decide. 6 figures is the new norm to me. Why would I want to stay stuck here when I can scale it to 7 or 8? Or fuck it, even now. Let's do it. All right.
Let's go.
What is up, guys? Long-awaited podcast episode number 6 for What's Pumpin'. I got a new guest here. I'll let him take over and introduce himself.
What's up, guys? I'm Ismael Jimenez. I'm CEO of Fix AI, and I go to school here at UC Irvine with JT.
Yes, sir. Tell him what year you are.
Dude, I'm my 5th year, so it's my last quarter, and I'm finishing up my mechanical engineering degree, and I run an AI business. So we're here to talk about AI entrepreneurship, Jay's entrepreneurship, and then all the spiel.
Dude, funny story how we met. I'm pretty sure we were playing Pong, right? I swear. We were playing Pong, and then you're like, oh, like you own a business or some shit. And like, I know the night was a little blurry. We were having a little too fun. You don't remember? You don't remember? Dude, I met this guy. We were playing Pong back home because like.
Aaron's house.
Ironically enough, like he lives down the street from me. Like we linked up over this summer, but I remember that's the first night we met. And we're like, yeah, like my boy goes to UCI. I'm like, oh shit. So
yeah, I remember now. I was at your cousin's house, Aaron, who I've known like since high school.
Yeah.
And then he just told me to pull up one time, like during Thanksgiving break, and then I saw you, and I was like, hey, like I recognize like your Pumpn University stuff, like at the Arc.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, you go to Irvine, and I was like, yeah, bro, like I go to Irvine. And then we started talking, and then boom, boom, here we are.
Dude, here we are now. And like, it's crazy because that was what you said Thanksgiving. So that honestly, I might have met you like about a year ago.
That was about a year ago.
I was probably about a year ago.
Yeah.
Like it's coming up. Like we're already in the fall, October. So that's actually kind of insane. Like time does for real fly. But like obviously, like our journeys, they're as much as they're the same, they're a little bit different. So that's another thing that we're gonna get into and tap into. But other than that, bro, like how do you said mechanical engineering,
yes,
right? How do mechanical engineering and being an entrepreneur, what'd you do in community? And then also like how are you even gonna use that in the future? Like how has your experience from community differed from UCI?
Well, one, UCI is way harder. Like just
Really?
straight up, like dude, it's way harder. Like in community, like it's kind of like, well, one, the students that you're going like up against, like I'm not saying that they're dumb, but like they're definitely way more competitive here. And like here, there's like I might have set the curve over at community, but here I'm like average C student.
Average C student.
So like it's kind of like an ego hit, but like it never really affected me that much because I was always like very humble. Like I know I'm not the smartest, like type of mentality. So I always like worked harder. Like even though I was getting good grades, like I was like, oh, I'm not the smartest, so I have to keep trying. That's why I was getting good grades. So then I come here, I just apply the same mentality. I'm like, oh, well, like I'm really not the smartest now. Just keep working hard. And then, but I think I just more so realized like I just don't want to be in an office my whole life. Like
100%.
yeah, I do
100%.
I do like to work. And then when I did an internship, I was like, oh, like this is cool and all, but like this is not the environment I want to be in. Like I want to be surrounded by like hungry, ambitious, like kind of like a fire under them, like type of people, like especially like in their early 20s. And then my roommate at the time was my business partner right now. His name's Griffin. Like he felt the same way. And then we were already trying to do some entrepreneurial stuff. And then we said, dude, like there's this AI opportunity right here. AI has so many business applications. Like let's just jump in on that. And then we just went full in on that. Like at first we were thinking about doing e-commerce, but then saw this opportunity and we were like, dude, let's run with it. And it differs so much from mechanical because mechanical doesn't teach you anything about like software or AI. Like they'll teach you like a little bit. Like I took an intro to C++ class, but all in all, it's all.
What I'm hearing is that you're never gonna use your degree.
Never. I mean, I don't know about never, but
I mean, worst case scenario, like that's your last card. You're pulling. I have my degree. Right?
I think mechanical teaches you so much about problem solving, and it's kind of like a jack of all trades of engineering. Like they'll teach you material science, they'll teach you electricity, they'll teach you a little bit about code, a lot about energy. So there's so much stuff you learn about like just the world, the physical world, that I feel like I'm always using that knowledge But like
Okay.
in terms of applying it to like career, maybe not, or at least maybe not for now. Like maybe in the future I'll start a AI software for power plants, and they use it like for their internal systems.
Yeah.
But that might be like 10 years down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. So then let me just ask you before I jump into the next question. Why mechanical engineering? Why come to college? Because for me, it was okay. Let me give a little bit of background from where I came. So for me, it was kind of a little bit of the opposite. Like I was this nerd, you know? I was this like top of the class. Like since I grew up, like my parents expected 4.0 or nothing, you know? Like I was an athlete, I was an actor, I was a 4.0 student. Like you said, like all jack of trades, like that's what I'm striving for. And that's been instilled into me since my childhood. It kind of taps into like why Phenom is the mascot for Pumpn University, just an up and cover, someone trying to like be the best version of themselves. But like why I came to college was, well, I got in, right? Like I was just like, all right, so at the end of the day, you know, I worked my ass off in high school, throughout my whole life, you know, extracurriculars, put in the work, apply. But then when I got here, like I knew like right off jump, I'm like, I'm joining a frat and I'm gonna get jacked. Like that sounds so like bad on like the outs, like somebody like external
I
who
feel
can't
it, though.
relate.
I feel it,
But
though.
but
I feel
but
it.
at the end of the day, it was C's get degrees. So
Yeah.
and
I'm at
around
D minuses get degrees right now.
that is crazy.
Bro,
But
my
honestly,
GPA is good enough right now where I can do that.
dude, my GPA, I think it's above a 3. So like I'm not like stupid, but when I'm telling you like I don't want to, dude, if I'm telling you like, dude, I can't do this. Like I like
Yeah.
honestly like I want to say I'm going to see a Lambo before I see my degree. I might graduate like my 5th or 6th year.
You might have a chance at that actually.
I'm like joke. It's like half joking, but I dead ass think within this next, by the time I graduate and get my diploma and I'm posted up in like those grad photos, because you said they were coming up. Like
Yeah.
it's funny because the only thing keeping me in college is one, connections, dude. Honestly, like this podcast center itself
Yeah,
is
honestly,
just
this place
like
is actually
I was
goated.
telling this guy earlier, like I use this podcast center. It's provided more value to me than anything here at the Entrepreneur Center UCI has to provide than any lecture hall I
Yeah.
walked into. It's actually kind of crazy, and the people here are great. It's amazing. If you go to UCI or if you have a friend, you know, check out the Entrepreneur Center.
Dude, yes.
That definitely shout out them, and that's why like I'm an anteater.
Dude,
I'm an
Zaza
entrepreneur.
all the time, bro. I took this class, what was it, like winter quarter the school year, or like this year winter quarter, and it was like a YC like class, and it was just like right here, right in the back, and it was like 12 people, and they just had guest speaker, like venture capital guest speaker, like every single week. Honestly, that was super cool because like I got to see the whole network of like, oh, UCI is like tapped in,
Yeah.
and then like they showed me this podcast center for like 1 second, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll do one day.
Yeah,
Here we
no.
are.
And here you are a
Here we
year
are.
later after meeting me. I
Yeah.
think it's funny because like people are like, at least very so me. It's like, it's crazy how like I guess we were like in a way like partying, just like having a good time. Yet we were still able to network with each other, and then here we are actually getting stuff done. You get me? When people have this connotation, and I even adapted this connotation of like, no, it's very black or white. Like you either gotta commit to it or you gotta don't. Like, you know, like you gotta like full
Entrepreneurship?
throttle. Just anything in life. Like you just gotta like in terms of like what being locked in is. But being locked in is a lifestyle from what I realized. And that's something I can touch upon when I get into like my 75 hard recap and journey. But it's definitely one for the books. But I just wanted to ask you in transition. So do your parents like want you to get your degree? Like is that like does it, you know, like typical like
100%.
Mexican parents,
Yeah.
like, you know, like
100%.
you need to get your degree, this and that. Like would you say that has like a sort of say in your life, or at least where you are now? Like do they know what you're doing on the side? Or like,
Okay, so
tell
I'll
me
answer
about
the
that.
first question first. Yes, they 100% want me to get my degree. So like a huge reason why I'm here for this quarter is my parents want me to get my degree. They also like I'm so close to finishing. Like if I was to drop out one
You're
quarter
dumb,
before,
you're dumb.
like
That's like,
I'm just gonna make my mom sad. Like I feel like my dad doesn't really care.
bro, also like you invested so much time,
That's what I'm saying,
effort,
bro.
like,
It's been 5 years.
nah, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, you're there, might as
Yeah,
well.
I gotta just get it. So
You can't edge yourself.
but for do they know what I'm doing? They I mean they know I'm doing something. Like they saw me all summer like not have a job, like a real job where I go to work every day.
Yeah.
But they saw like, oh, like I was literally just on my laptop every single day just in my room.
Yeah.
Or like if I was here in Irvine, they'd have my location, like I was just in my apartment the whole time. Like
Yeah.
so like they know I was working on something. Like I've tried to explain to them what it is, but I just feel like they don't understand what like digital entrepreneurship is. Like to them, they grew up in a place where, and I mean, I see this like everywhere. Kind of, this is why so many people go to college, where their parent like in the '90s going to college was the best route.
It was.
Like you actually had a job set up, and also the economy. Like you could go to college and get a job, and then have enough money for a family. Maybe like even before the '90s was probably better, but like '70s, '80s. But like now, like wages they do go up, but like the cost of everything goes up even higher, like more exponential than like the rate of like wages, like or like how much you're getting paid. So
like what's the average salary of a mechanical engineer? Like,
I think it's like 90K in California.
90K.
So like that might be starting. I'm not sure. Honestly, I haven't like I'm not looking for a job. Like I have a bunch of homies.
No, I know.
Like, so I have no idea like what they're getting paid, but like I
like
know
if we Googled it, like it'd probably be. I don't doubt like it's like
90K.
higher 10,000s or like six figures. You know, like lower six figures.
Like 90 to 100K.
Yeah, I know. I mean, same thing for me. I'm doing biz admin. If you guys didn't know, if you're new here, but biz admin. Yeah, like what like what are your like? I guess it's the major most aligned with what I'm trying to do in terms of being an entrepreneur. But there's a lot of biz admin majors that I've met. It's like, bro, you're the only business major that I've seen that's actually an entrepreneur doing stuff, you know? I have friends that are in the business frats and telling me, dude, like, I don't know anyone else who has their own business. So it's like, it makes me question, what is this degree even for, you know? And I know we're hating and it sounds like, oh, college is the worst thing ever or whatnot. But times change. And like you said, like my parents, fortunately, the same thing. Last summer, I worked 2 jobs, right? I worked at this wholesale company, just honestly more like kind of like physical stuff, like moving stuff, like packing stuff, like making sure it gets to where it needs to be. And then the other one was at Hollister. So I was a brand rep at Hollister. And obviously I liked Hollister more, but the pay was better at the wholesaling company. Anyways, this summer, like I worked 2 jobs last summer, invested into my company. And then this summer I was like, dude, no, I'm full sending the 75 hard. And I know it's like banking on an investment in myself. Cause I know that the mindset, the skills, that mental reset that I desperately needed is gonna come back tenfold when I'm that CEO, when I'm that entrepreneur that gets shit done. You get me? When I'm this pop figure that gets shit done. Like when I'm that person that people can take whatever it is, whether it's my fuck ups, whether it's for entertainment purposes, it didn't matter. It was just banking on that experience and that challenge. And people say it's like life changing. I wouldn't say it's like life changing, but the placement and the time that I decided to embark and take on that challenge, I think it was a critical time in my life where, I mean, I definitely needed it. You get me? So like I said, like my parents, they didn't question it. They just knew I was locked in. And
did they go to college?
My dad has a master's in kinesiology, which is respect, because that's what I would have done if I didn't take the business route. But like I said, like if you just start your own business and whatever, like once you have the skills, you can scale it, and no matter the niche it is, you can create a business out of anything. So it's like, that's why I chose business over actual kinesiology. But like you said, like I watch people in that sports med / health and fitness round, bio round. I love learning, like Andrew Huberman, Greg Doucette, Dr. Mike Israetel, like all these like nerds in terms of like bodybuilding, sports, health, fitness. Like I'm Derek More Plates More Dates, CEO of Gorilla Mind. Like all these guys, like I learned so much from them than in having to actually go the kinesiology route and like sports medicine route. And then I'm like stuck like learning about like chemistry and physics. I love bio. I can't do chemistry and physics. Like, you know, that's the only thing that held me back. And I'm like I said, like I came here, I'm just trying to get biases, get degrees, whatever. And at the end of the day, like I said, like it's just a different timeline. It's a different place. And my parents realized that too when they're like, dude, how is this guy Mr. Beast just dropping like bank on a yacht, on a random whatever, like content. And then like he's like, yeah, like I believe in you. I know he's seen my dedication that I put into my craft, being like following a schedule, how disciplined I am in terms of, I think diet was the one that kind of like, because they see how like I weigh everything, and like whenever we eat and go out, I still make healthy choices, and life is all about choices, you know. And he sees the way I live and the way I move, and I think that really clicked in. And he's like he literally told me before I came back, he's like, C's get degrees. And he's like, to me that was like a wholesome moment, because like he understood that like I'm not trying to be like capped at a salary. I'm not trying to be capped at like I said, back to the question, like how much do biz admin people make? Like if you're in finance, like
depends.
working for Wells Fargo or
Depends.
JP Morgan or like all these, like I have homies doing internships and stuff and that's good for them. I love that 100%. Like, bro, kill it. Do what you want to do as long as it makes you truly happy in life. For me personally, that would be a miserable life. Pulling up to work all day in a suit, 9 to 5, sit down. Like I would, dude, looking at spreadsheets and shit, like I would probably go mentally insane. Like, you know, like I've taken an accounting course. Dude, I can't. Even these upper divs that I'm taking this quarter, they're like, gosh, I'm in for one, you know? Like I'm in for one. Excel and like these info management science classes. I'm like, dude, just like, I bet you none of my professors have ran a business. It's kind of sad to say, but I bet you none of my professors have ran a business. And let alone if I go to the parking structure, this isn't diss to them, but if I go to the parking structure and I see what type of car they drive, it's not a Lambo, it's not a Rolls, it's not a, you know, it's like, but all right, if it makes you happy, then by all means, who am I to tell you how to live your life? That's what I like. That I for sure don't stand for that. Do what makes you happy in this world. Live the life you want to live. But I've been yapping for too much.
I got some stuff to add on.
Run it.
So there's like, I think for the whole like, I mean, we weren't really talking about 9 to 5. We're just talking about going to college and like working a job like that you would get typically with your degree. I think to some degree, like I have that opportunity or we have that opportunity because our parents went and did that. And then now they work a 9 to 5. And that allows me for like us this summer, instead of spending our summer working because we have to provide for our families, we have the luxury and we're grateful enough to not have to work and have a roof under our heads. And I was able to grind my business this summer and post all day and document all day. And because of that, like, I'm very grateful, but like, I'm trying to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
I'm like, because my dad, he came from, so my grandpa, he started in like a farm, like he's like oldest of 13, like in deep Mexico, Nayarit, Mexico. And then they moved to Tijuana. And then my dad was there flipping burgers at 21 years old. And he's like, wait, I got to do better. He went and got his biz admin degree. He's been working a job at the same company for like 20 years. He's like now at a director position. So it's like, the way I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I could get my engineering degree and go get a job and make 6 figures. But I want to be a millionaire, bro. Like, dude, I want to be a CEO, bro.
Well said, bro. Well said, brother. Like I said, bro, like, same thing here. I like to think of things in terms of baselines. So our parents worked so hard to get their degree and work the job that they have to provide us with the leisure of us being able to pursue our dreams, hopes, and desires. You know, like for me, at least, like the way I think about it, like my dad, like, you know, could have like very much like, I don't know, just have not pursued a diploma, you know, or even his master's, which in a sense like is what, like, you know, contributes to putting a roof over your head and like providing for 4 kids. 3 of us are already like through college or whatnot. And it's like, it's insane. Like to me, it's mind boggling. So like I said, I like to think of things as in baseline. So my parents sacrificed so much for me to get to X, Y, and Z, for me to be here right now yapping on this podcast. It would be selfish and foolish of me not to take full advantage of that to scale it, you know? My parents are already making like, okay, like obviously like, you know, good money, like honestly like 6 figures, right? Why, like 6 figures is the new norm to me. Like why would I want to stay stuck here when I can scale it to 7 or 8 or fuck it, even 9, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like people, like we're so close-minded. I want to make sure my parents' sacrifices pay off, and it would be foolish and selfish of me to not dream bigger than that, you know? Because I'm pretty sure our parents at one point in time, like you said, they had a self-realization where it's like, dude, I need to be doing more with my life. And if I got my degree, my dad has a degree. I'm not doing anything to improve or get better. And that's not to like say anything, like, dude, like I love every opportunity. I'm so fortunate. I'm so grateful. But like what I'm trying to say is like, you can come up with a bajillion different types of excuses, like, oh, this and that. But at the end of the day, if you don't really pursue what you want and go get after it and put in the work and you're not willing to see it through, then I don't know, homie, you're in for a wake up call. Like that's what I love to fucking think about. You know, my parents did so much. This is my baseline. I need to scale it, bro. I can't be stuck here. You know.
I think to some degree, like it's the whole like we love chaos, like because I feel like it's comfortable to just like I feel like it's the comfortable route to just like just go to school and then you do your homework and then you get a job and then you get a job after college and then like you just go to your job. And it's just it feels a little comfortable in my opinion. Like I prefer the entrepreneurship because it's chaotic.
It's
and
chaotic.
and it has a bigger.
Nothing's
It's like high
guaranteed.
risk, high reward. No guarantee. It's all on you. It's all discipline. Like
Straight up.
that's what I like. I like when I'm like I'll get stressed out sometimes. Like oh, we're not where we want to be, and I'm like, what can I do about it? Like it's all on me. Like
Yeah.
it's all like also like on my team, but like it's all of us together, like collectively,
Yeah.
like under stress, under chaos. Like let's do this. I might have a ton of homework, but like I have an essay due tonight. I'm probably not gonna start it till like 9 o'clock.
Oh my
But
God.
like I'd rather work on the business. Like
100%,
I'm
because
just
that's what
locked
you're
in on
truly
that.
passionate about.
Yeah.
Dude, at the end of the day, there's this quote that I live by. It's beautiful. It's like, honestly got me through the 75 hard, or like got me to
Talk about
commit to
75
it.
hard.
I will right now. I will in a second, but diamonds are created under pressure, bro.
100%.
Diamonds are created under pressure. Dude, it's funny because like I wanted to have my dream physique by the age of 21, you know? And will I get there? I don't know, you know? Like not without steroids.
Yeah, 3 more months?
Like not with, yeah, 3 more months. But not without steroids. But honestly, like I've reevaluated and I just want to live the life I love, right? And that kind of goes back to the whole thing where you said it's like chaotic and like you're in control of your schedule. And like, I know it kind of sounds like we're shitting on the 9 to 5, but like realistically, that's how people like live for the weekends, you know, because they want to escape. You know, I've seen it in friends, I've seen it in family, and it's like, it's kind of, from an external point of view, it's kind of like depressing, bro. And then like, it makes me motivated. But that's not to say that I don't not live for the weekends. You get me? Like, dude, like you said, like it's a lifestyle at the end of the day. Like I got shit to do every single day of the week. Like Tuesday, for example, I drink. Like, you know, I went out, had some karaoke.
Wow,
Like, it
you're a
was a
horrible
fun, it
person,
was a
bro.
good time. It was an exchange with the sorority, like, you know, and that's on a Tuesday, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the next day, I got back to it. I dialed in on my diet. went to class,
Run
got my
club.
run club, literally run club
Yeah.
yesterday. Like I said, like it's a lifestyle. It's crazy because like when we do make it, obviously there's levels to this shit, but it's like, you know, who knows, on a random Tuesday, I could be in Mykonos, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you know, and then like next thing you know, on the weekend, I'm like flying back to San Diego or whatever the case may be. But like I said, like this whole entrepreneur thing is like, I'm my own boss. I can do whatever I want. Why would I want to live life any other way?
Yeah.
That's like what keeps me going. You know, I can, dude, if I want, I can go out on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Obviously, it's not ideal. That's not optimal, depending on what type of season it is, right? However, like, you know, maybe my company did an insane month, or maybe, you know, I signed a supplement company, like sponsorships, because I'm not in a position to create my own supplements yet. But like I said, I want to live the life I want, and you just got to win the day.
Yeah.
But back to the middle of things.
Wait, I want to say. I want to.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
I think the 9 to 5 is fit for most people. I think like people like you, like you're just down to do something like that on a Tuesday. That's why you have that entrepreneurship personality, and not a lot of people have that. Like you're able to just like do what you want on a Tuesday and then lock in the next day. Like, and we're trying to build these systems so like in our life, like this is why like you're saying like you're looking at the 9 to 5 people we're living for the weekend, kind of depressing. Like, it probably would be cool for a couple years, but then I'd probably get bored. You'd probably get bored.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to build these systems like in our life, like to set up so that we're always chasing something. What's the next thing we can chase?
Dude, that's kind of funny that you bring that up, because like I am someone, ever since I was a little kid, that gets bored of things.
Dude, I'm impulsive. I'm
Like-
super impulsive.
Like I would say, I mean, dude, look at my hair. Look at my hair,
Yeah.
bro. Dude. Look at my hair. I mean, we can tap into that in a little bit, but it's funny. It's funny that you say this, and like one of like I do get bored. I am somewhat impulsive, but like at the end of the day, like why would you want to live a boring, sorry ass life? Like, I'm sorry, but like that's not for me. Like, for example, if I went out that Tuesday, and I had to work the next morning, I wouldn't have been able to go out that Tuesday because I know my ass isn't getting up, you know?
oh yeah.
But rather than like if I go out and I enjoy myself, get a good, you know, 6, 7, 8-ish hours of sleep, wake up, take my electrolytes, go hit an hour of cardio, sweat it out, shower, come back, I'm feeling better than ever, get some work done, hit up class, come here, socialize with friends at the run club, like make a video, like that's the life I want to live, you know? And it's funny because a lot of people, they like look down on you, or like not look down on you, but at least in my experience, it's like,
It's different.
people, I mean, in terms of like, this is actually kind of crazy, but even some girls I've talked to in the past, they've mentioned, like, I remember, dude, I think it was like this last one. She told me, she's like, yeah, I don't really want to be with you because, like, you can't decide. I'm like, what do you mean you can't decide? Like, I am pretty indecisive. She's like, no, like I never know which version of you I'm gonna get. Like the locked in version, the frat version, the like just shoot like the gym head douchebag version. I'm like, bro, like what do you even mean? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, or just like the lover boy version. I'm like, bro, I'm not bipolar. And like that honestly is what kind of drove me into my 75 hard. It was like a lot of
That
time
might
in
be more of
reflecting.
her issue.
Yeah, I think no, 100%, bro. I know it was her issue because I mean, no, I know it was her issue because like I had all summer to reflect upon it, and like I said, at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, dude. I know I'm true to myself. I don't lie to myself. I stand on business, but like she went on to go do some who knows what else. But anyways, that's not the story for it. But it's funny you bring that up because it reminded me of like people do say that I am like, and I guess it is in a way kind of true, like impulsive. But I'm sorry, but like if you want to go for a guy that's like boring, like I'm sorry I'm lit. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like yes, there is periods in time where I do need to lock in, and then there is periods of time where I feel like celebrating and having a good time, and then there is other periods of time where I just need to be alone. Like. Is that bad?
I don't think it's bad.
I don't think it's bad. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm kind of the
just
same
because
way.
you want a guy who's just boring 9 to 5, like just average guy. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to really be average out here. But anyways, enough of the yapping, bro. Tell me, dude, is AI taking over or what? Like it's been crazy ever since my first year of college. I want to say.
Nah, it came out 2022. Oh yeah.
So like my first year of college. Yeah, exactly. I think it was like winter.
It came out November 30th, 2022, I believe. ChatGPT came out.
At
It's
least.
like they've been making it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like.
It was released that day, and that low-key changed everything. Like they finally made a interface where you can like talk to it, and like everyone was like, "Oh, now I see the capabilities."
So tell me about give the people a rundown of what AI is. Why'd you pursue that field, and like, is it the future or what, bro?
These are loaded questions, because I could go so much. Okay, so first of all, AI, like a lot of people like think AI is like thinks for itself. Like AI is not really like art. It's not really artificial intelligence yet. It's just a computer that has so much data on the internet. I think like if you have like the paid version of ChatGPT, it's up to like October of 2023. Like it has everything on the internet up to there, but it could be anything like Reddit posts, Wikipedia. So like it doesn't mean it's credible. Like stuff. So that's why you still have to kind of be careful. But like right now, it can't really think for itself. Like it can like answer your questions and like use that data to like answer questions and try to come up with an answer. But all the big companies like Meta and Google and OpenAI, they're all fighting for something called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. That's when it can think. Artificial general intelligence is basically like the baseline average human intelligence. So pretty much if you're not the average human intelligence, this AGI is going to be beating you. And then that ties me into what AI really is best for. In my opinion, I think it's an efficiency enhancer. So this is why I think it has so many business applications and why I got into the business side of AI entrepreneurship. Because if you can get more done in your 8-hour workday, even if you're just like a 9 to 5 employee and you know how to use like ChatGPT on the side, and like just have it next to you. Like when I'm making ideas for content or for a potential solution for an AI system that I'm building for a client, like that my ChatGPT, like it knows everything in that project. Like it knows the name, like it knows all our clientele, it knows what we're doing with them, and I can use it to brainstorm ideas, and it'll make that 1 hour work block or something, for example, way more efficient. Like I'll get way more ideas, way better ideas. And if you're a 9 to 5 employee, you could do the same thing, like making your spreadsheets. You could have it analyze data. Now you can even upload a PDF to it when they released ChatGPT 4.0, and there's so many things you could do with that. You could give it an Excel like spreadsheet. Like, brothers, I can't even like explain how many things you could do with that.
No, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with it, and like I'm same thing too. Like from a marketing standpoint, like I help it use. Like I use it to help me develop captions for my reels, even something as simple as like text to, like what should I, what should the, like, what should the text on the screen be in order to grab like people's attention and whatnot. So it does help, like even for this reel that you're probably watching right now, AI plays into effect, and this is the future. And like what I've been realizing, like I'm not too much of a computer geek or like science nerd, but I know damn well that this works, and I know damn well that is the future, because it's like I've had my brother, one of the like our honestly CTO of
The one
Pumpn
I met?
University, yeah,
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah.
Like he told me we were on one of our walks over this summer, and he's like, dude, like I don't think you know how early you are to AI.
Oh, it's so early.
Like if you
So
like
early.
it, like honestly, like if you thought we were like in the digital or like crypto like gold rush, this is like the AI gold rush before like you even know how to like utilize it. Like
Yeah.
like we're so early, and it's like I can't even imagine like everyone's joking like, is it gonna take our jobs? Is it gonna take our jobs?
Could.
And honestly, like it's not gonna take my job. The beauty about health and fitness is that no matter what, you can't pay for a body. A body,
no.
health, fitness is something you can't buy. There's no price on it. You can be a multi-billionaire, but you're fat and obese and you're facing health issues, right? And that's something you can't like. It just only comes through discipline, bro. Discipline, consistency, and it can't be bought, which is the beauty of it. Which is why when I own my own gym and sports facility, people coming in and out, because you're gonna be able to take care of your physical,
Yeah.
you know, your physical body rather than just like, you know, putting in an Oculus and like, who knows, like we might have virtual school. Like maybe you don't even have to show up in person in the future because AI just took over, you know?
Yeah.
It took over your jobs. Like who knows what the future actually looks like? Like we can go into a bunch of theories and a bunch of different like nobody really realistically knows where this is headed. But like I said, like in terms of me, I'm gonna be an entertainer. So like you'll definitely be seeing me in like movies are always gonna be in, you know, commercials, all that type of good stuff, content. And then I'm also gonna have my own health and fitness brand, which is, you know, Pumpn University. And that can't be bought, you know? Like you're still gonna have to show up in your physical form and get a workout in, get your blood work done, do X, Y, and Z, you know? So I mean, it's pretty interesting. Like I'm not really scared of it taking my job, but like in terms of you, like maybe you can use it to create multiple jobs and you benefit and profit from that.
I think it's gonna create like different jobs. Like for example, like goes back to the efficiency thing. Like if you are not more efficient than this AI, like then you're gonna get replaced. Like
True.
in a certain way. So
And it's probably cheaper too.
yeah, 100%. So like kind of what we do is like we set up systems. Like a lot of it's for like influencers or like e-commerce as marketing agencies, social media marketing agencies. Like say they want to like they have too many leads coming in, we can just put a chatbot in their Instagram DMs or their website. I feel like Instagram DMs usually works the best, and then it can just talk to these leads, qualify them, and then send them through if they're qualified to whatever they're selling. Like I don't know, you might be selling a course or an actual like product. Like for example, your merch. Like say you wanted to qualify people for your merch, even though you don't really have to do that because like bro, anyone. Pump use for everyone, baby. Let's go.
Decommit now.
Yeah, but say but say you only wanted like a certain like demographic to buy it, and you're trying to qualify them in your DMs, and then if they qualify, you send them the link. All right, you can buy it. Here's a link. But then if they don't qualify, they say you have another product you want to give to them, like downsell them, then you can do that. So like, there's
Wait,
so
that's
many.
possible?
Dude, that's what we do.
Wait, what if I
I've been
like,
documenting this all summer.
dude, what if I only want to settle like hot people? Like, you know how like, was it Lulu or Aloe? Like they're kind of marketed towards like, there's certain brands over there in like, whether e-commerce or just like commerce in general, who like, for example, like Lulu, Aloe, Brandy, like even Abercrombie back in the day and like Hollister, like they're
What
all
about
kind of just marketed to like attractive people, you know? And I mean, that's not to say that like there isn't a place for everyone. 100% I'm trying to make sure everyone becomes the best version of themselves. But that's kind of interesting you bring that up. Like who knows? Like there's already like your idea was what I'm trying to say is like your idea is already like big enough to where you know the demand is there, right?
Oh,
All you need to do
fair.
is just market it and then sell it, and then you just, dude, it's lit. What was your company called again?
It's called Fix AI.
Fix AI.
So you brought up a good point right there. Can you say that last part again? I kind of just like slipped my
What
mind.
was your company again?
No,
I'm
before
playing,
that,
I'm playing.
before that.
I was just saying how like the demand's already there.
Oh, all right,
The demand's already there.
So basically, like I feel like the demand is there, or there's also a lot of people that they know a lot. I feel like most business owners know AI is like here to stay.
Oh, 100%.
Like they know it's coming. They don't want to fall behind, but it's more so like how do I incorporate this into my business? And like there's so much BS on social media everywhere, bro. Like there's scammers everywhere, bro. Like there's you don't know what to believe, bro. You can't even believe the news, bro. Like everything like it's the Wild West out here and like social media. So these business owners, I feel like a lot of them are kind of skeptical. Like when me and my partner Griffin, we used to do cold calls here at the Science Library.
Swear.
Dude, we used to like go on.
Oh my.
We used to go on.
beauty.
We used to go on Shopify's because we were targeting e-commerce. We used to go on their Shopify's like database, and it has like 14 million pages of just like stores, and then we just click on a bunch of them, make a spreadsheet. We'd be like phone number, email, like what they do, and then just like that was one day's of work, and the next day we'd be like, all right, you call all the odd numbers, I'll call all the evens, and we would just go back and forth. And we had people literally tell us like, oh, like I've got a couple calls about this before, we're interested, but we're just gonna wait out and see how this plays out. So then we realized like, okay, well, not realized, I saw this YouTube video by some guy named Liam Motley, who I've been following for like over a year at this point. And he was basically saying like, it's too hard to do cold outbound reach or cold outbound to like try to get people to buy it. It's so much easier if you do warm inbound leads. So that's why I started posting content. And then because if you just show these people what it can do, they're like, oh, that's what I need. Then they come to you and they're way more open to like talking about it and hopping on a call and like seeing what you can do. And that's when we actually started seeing like results. We were like, oh, okay, like people are actually interested. They just need to see like, we just need to talk about this better in a way where they can see themselves having this in their business, as opposed to us just like randomly calling them and like, hey, you need this. Like we got like commission breath when we're out here calling them, like as Alex Ramosi says. So I think just these people know they need AI. They just don't know how they need it or like where they could use it in their business. And that's kind of what we do.
I feel like that's the beauty of it too. Cause it's like,
that's why
I mean, whether you're in denial or not, I mean, I was in denial too. I'm pretty sure my brother behind the camera was in denial too. We'd hear our other brother, he was just glazing ChatGPT, and like, it got annoying at one point, right? It got annoying. This guy was just glazing ChatGPT. I'm like, bro, like, what? You can't think for yourself? But then you step back and look at the type of shit you do, like it does, and it's like you step back, look at the type of shit that it gets done and what it does, and it's like reality hits, and it's like, dude, there's no going back. Like there's no going back. It's like either you use it or you don't. It's like, for example, like I forgot what example I used earlier, but it's like, oh yeah, perfectly. Like, all right, let me just write up a letter, seal the envelope, and then ship it, rather than just sending a text or calling someone. Like, you're really gonna wait 3 to 5 business days because you're in denial because you don't really believe in the future of AI. It's like, you know, same thing with like, dude, like I'm gonna just use a phone that's connected to the wall, like back in the old days, or like the satellite phones and stuff, rather than just buying an iPhone just because you're in denial. And you know, so I was like, all right, bet, like that's true, it won me over. I've had experience with it for now since it like kind of came out or whatnot. But like you said, not everyone knows how they can implement it.
That's why it's so early.
That's why it's so early. And it's like, for example, you said like people are like, I'm interested, but like they don't know what it can do for you. And like your idea is like I said, like it's $1 million idea, $1 billion idea. And it's like, that's crazy because like there's moments like these. Like I live by this saying. It's like embrace every era you're in, you know, because you'll never get it back, you know. Back when I was in my hometown in Calexico, damn, that was like my Calexico era. Moved to San Diego, made my connections there. That was my San Diego era, you know? Torn ACL, pre-CEO era, selling burrito era, whatever you want to call it, you know? And then now it's like, now I'm in my UCI, whatever, entrepreneurial, frat, dial degen era. Like, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, like, whatever it is. Like, crazy. Like, you know, like, and then there's times where I'm like, dude, like, I'm too broke for this, you know? Like, I'm too, like, I don't know. I just get in my head about a lot of stuff, and I'm like, you'll never be here again. Because when I make it, it's like, when I make it, I'm gonna look back at the earlier days. The days again. Where, you're gonna just appreciate, like, every time I walk into the frat house, because I'm living there again this year, and I'm like, dude, like, dirty dishes, bro, dirty dishes, like, come on, I'm too old for this, bro. Like, I can't deal with this no more. But it's like, you know, I just love it. Like, it's just embrace every era, because it's priceless, you know? You're gonna look back when you have people doing those cold calls, or like, who knows what it's even, like emails or whatever, and you're gonna be like, damn, I remember that one time I was posted up in the science library grinding that shit out. Excel spreadsheets. Same thing with me. It's like, bro, I remember, like, I do everything by hand, essentially, right? I don't have any employers yet, you know? Eventually, working down the road, we will, without a doubt, you know? But I remember, I'm like, dude, I remember when I used to package, seal, and ship out my orders. And then it's gonna be like, dude, there's gonna be warehouses just filled with my merch, rather than it just being stored under my dorm bed. You get me? Like, there's beauty in it. That's where I have it. It's under my dorm bed. And it's like, bro, when people buy, they can either buy in person if they're like local, and then they'll come over and I'll get them right with their shirt, and then like they'll just pay me. But it's like also other times where like I do get an order and I'm like, all right, bet, I go to UTC and I ship it out. So like there is beauty in the type of era that you're in. And that's something I realized recently, because it's like, sure, I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm gonna get there
Yeah.
on God's timing.
I think about that a lot, like when I'm like struggling, I'm like going through it. Like I told you earlier, like I got an essay today, but I want to go to that meeting, like the entrepreneur club meeting, and like meet everyone. And then I wanted to do this podcast with you, but I also still want to do work, get some work done for my business. And it's like I could easily just stress myself out, but like I just wake up and like, you know what, like I got 2.5 more months here. Like I'm just happy to be here. Like I might be broke as shit, but like you know what, like if one day I have money, like I'm gonna look back and be like, damn, like those were the days.
Yeah.
Like I was having a great, like, I'm still having a great time. I love meeting people. Like money is not an issue. Like it's more like the character development. Like can I be 1% better every day? That's what I'm trying to do. And
You just gotta win the day, bro. Because if you win,
Exactly.
I said this before. If you win the day, you win the week. If you win enough weeks, you win the month. And if you win the month, you win the year. If you win a couple years,
decade.
next thing you know, like I said, bro, I'll be driving a Lambo before I get my diploma. You know.
Uh-huh.
And I don't even know anything about cars.
Dude, I was thinking
like,
about
I
that
don't.
right now.
Honestly, like I'm not really into supercars. Honestly, like not to say I don't trust
just want a cool
myself.
car.
I'm more of like, I think there's this quote kind of really hit me, but this is the way, like it kind of reiterated the way I thought. And it was like, every time somebody's driving a Lambo, everyone just turns their neck, right?
Yeah.
They break their
Always
neck.
dudes.
But
You
it's
wanna do
looking at
something?
the car. They're focused on the car.
Yeah.
When you pull up in a Rolls, it's who's inside that really matters. Like, sure, the Rolls is nice, it's pretty, but it's like, who is that
Classy.
inside? Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, the day I'm pulling up in my Rolls and it says CEO on the the license plate or
Yeah.
Pumpn CEO, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna know I made it, but like till then, God's first, family's first, and I'm taking care of everyone I love and those who were there for me in the beginning. And there's no point of, like I said, like I love shit like this because it's like there's no point of me making it in life if I'm there alone.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Like I want to enjoy it with my loved ones, with the people who were there for me. Like, you know, like thank God, like I'm so happy with the circle I've surrounded myself with. I'm so happy with the progress and the man that I've become and that I will become. And like you said, on my schedule today, I hit the gym, I had a lecture, I come here, I'm gonna film after, and then I'm gonna do some work after. And then honestly, like I might hit up that thing with you because you invite me. So like I said, like, you know, there's a couple assignments on the weekend that I'm gonna be busy this weekend because I'm gonna go out because, you know.
Because frat life.
Frat life. But I mean, like I said, I may go out tonight, but I'll probably just DD because, bro, I showed you that video last week. Our first party back. Oh my goodness.
Lit.
I didn't have a great time. Everyone else did. I didn't have. Let's just say, bro, I didn't eat all day and ended up drinking a little too much. I miscalculated and then I had to go home. Really,
That's tough.
I couldn't. So I'm taking DD. I'm taking a break from going out till Saturday. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna let my boys live up, and I just love good company too. That's another thing too. Is like people. I used to think that people resorted to vices in terms of coping, and I want to say a good amount of times they are, whether they realize it or they don't. But now it's like
We all do it.
Yeah, we all do it. But now it's like I have so much more of a healthier relationship with it because I have a healthier relationship with myself, you know? Like priorities at the end of the day. You get me? Like it's what I said, like God comes first, me, the fam, you know, my friends, all that good stuff. But no, yeah, definitely like, dude, enjoy every area you're in. I'm never gonna be this young, this attractive, this degenerate, this stupid haircut. Like, dude, we can tap into that like right now, honestly.
Well,
I'm ready.
I was gonna ask you a question on
what's up?
like what do you want to do with your team? Because you mentioned like the people around you. Like,
Yeah.
I have a vision of like this doesn't even have to be like when we've made it. Like we just have to be making like 10, 15K a month.
Yeah.
Like we just travel where we work. Like for example, like some of the like the entrepreneurs that I look up to, like they're like a little bit older than me, like 24, 25, 26.
like in Bali or what?
Like in Bali and they're like living in a villa or an Airbnb together and they're all just working.
Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah, that's
like
one of the places I've been thinking about. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So like, but it doesn't matter where it is. Like it could be like OC. Like it could be like a fucking house in Newport and then just
or Laguna.
yeah,
I
or
love Laguna.
wherever.
Yeah,
My point is wherever. Like they just all posted up there, working, and then like in the morning you could probably go meditate at the beach, like just a healthy mindset, healthy lifestyle. Like, or because I feel like for me, like like you talked about the vices thing. Like when we were younger, like it's so easy to just like get stuck in a party phase and just like, oh, why? Like, oh, because I'm not thinking about school, like and all that. But like lately, like I'm aware, like, oh, I'm doing this to de-stress, but like the 6 other days in the week, like I want to work. Like I actually want to work. I actually enjoy working.
I do. I hate going to bed because it's like,
yeah,
I just want to.
It's hard.
I'm looking forward to either my lift the next day. I'm looking forward to filming this podcast. Like, like I think who said it? Was it Joe Rogan, or I don't know. A couple influential people have mentioned how they hate going to bed because they just love living the life they like. You know, they just love it. They just love living the life that they live, and that's how I felt on the 75 hard too. Like. I told you I could not wait for this episode. Like I could not wait enough for this episode, bro. It's been months, 3 months, 3+ months. Honestly, might be going on 4 that I have yet. Like every time before bed, especially since I quit vices throughout my whole journey, it was I would just pop a melatonin and then hope to go to bed, but my mind would be racing, bro.
Yeah.
What am I gonna talk about in the podcast? Oh, I can't wait to address this. Oh, my lift next morning. I'm gonna eat the Ninja Creamy for breakfast. Like I would literally like, you know, like my mind would just keep going. So, I mean, I'm glad I'm here right now. Like I said, like, dude, in due time, like everything will pay off. But I mean, like I said, like, dude, I don't know.
Tap into it. We both pretty much locked in this summer. I did a whole like.
Yeah, we did.
Well, this is his audience, but I did like 100 days where I was just like.
That's how much you did, and then we'll jump into my 75.
Okay, so I pretty much spent. I realized like I talked about this a little bit earlier. Like you need warm inbound leads, and I was like, you know what? Like we're doing this project for this e-commerce guy all summer that I'm doing it anyways. Like this is our first like big project that's kind of like throwing us on the map. And I was like, well, I want to make content and like get warm inbound leads, but we're already working on this project. I don't have any other proof. I don't have time to like do a podcast every day or like make videos, tutorials every day. But what can I do? I can document what we're doing. Maybe someone will like it. And I was like, maybe some business owner out there will think it's cool. Maybe some software engineer. I was like, all I care is like, maybe someone will like it. And also maybe at some point in the future, maybe I can look back on this and be like, that was so sick. Like I documented how we started. Like exactly. How did you start a business? It's all documented. So I did that for, well, I'm still doing it. Actually,
you're still doing it, bro. I saw it was day 100.
Today's day 117. Today's day 117. So
that's lit.
So but the first 100 days was all summer. I started the day that school ended, and I pretty much was locked in until the day I came back here for school. Then I went like on a week-long bender, but that's a whole different story.
Bro, I don't blame you. Good for you, bro.
So,
good for you.
No vices. Actually, I got like drunk once or twice. I got drunk twice. One was at a baseball game with my dad. I haven't gone to a game with him in 10 years.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, sure, I'll drink with you, Dad. And then the other one, I just went to the OC fair for first time ever.
Oh, that's valid.
And
I've never gone.
Dude, it was so cool. And then, but other than that, like nothing else. Like literally nothing else. Just dialed. And then that's why like you and I would talk a lot during the summer because like, well, one, you're super close, and two, you're on a pretty similar journey. Like you were dialed in for 75 days. I think you went longer than that too, huh?
We can tap into it. We can tap into it.
I saw you on day 175. I saw you on day 75.
This guy saw me on day 75, and spoiler alert, I failed. So,
oh my gosh, shut up, bro. You hella
spoiler alert, I failed. But dude, no, yeah, like one thing I want to say is this guy motivated me, and honestly, like, dude, you give me secondhand regret. Let me tap into why, bro. Because for me, I've already been up here, right, and then before 75 hard. Bro, I'm gonna just say, like, I was a piece of shit. I hated who I was. And I did not want to document it, which is why I get secondhand regret, because you documented everything. I didn't document anything till day 69. I'm not even joking.
Really?
I think it was the Pacific Beach Run Club where I posted my first reel. And I've been posting, like, I've just made it a habit to post ever since then, because that was the first time I was comfortable on camera. I was like, and I was comfortable with the version of myself, right? Mm-hmm. So, but at the end of the day, I didn't, like, I kind of, like, I look back and I'm like, dude, I should have just kept it raw and transparent with my community, you know? Like, if it popped off, it didn't. It was still in my head. I still wasn't confident. I was still, you know, giving a fuck, you know? Now I don't give a fuck. But I was still giving a fuck the first 2 months, you know? Because I'm like, shit, like, I know who I can become and I'm still miles away from it. So that's why I get secondhand regret, because it's like, dude, I wish I would have looked back and documented more. You know, maybe even a series, because you did it for... You're still doing it for over 100 days straight. And for me, I just started at day 69, which I feel like I did cheat myself. So I'll be honest.
Do it again.
JT, do it again.
Do it
That is
again.
crazy, bro.
I mean, bro, like you're gonna have to live the next 75 days anyway, unless you die.
Dude, I was having this actual convo with my roommate this year. Shout out Cameron Islamian, Persian 2 Chains. Because obviously, like I told you, I have the whole 21 thing where I want to be like pretty content with where I am when I'm 21. And we calculated the days, and he's like, I think it's 100 and something days till I turn 21, right? And it's like, bro, like that's more. No, I'm not gonna lock until then. Bro, I'm gonna
you
get
can really go crazy on 21st.
No, exactly. Like that's I hate like those periods of like, dude, you can do it all. You can go out when you want. You can lock in when you want. It's a lifestyle at the end of the day, and that's what I realized, and that's what I was able to learn, and like now I'm able to preach it. But like I said, like I could document it, but it's like I just want to be happy with that version of myself when I'm 21. Like if I win the day and I know I don't totally derail from my passion, my goals, and my ambitions, and all that type of stuff, my journey, then it's like, all right, bet. I'll count it as a win, you know? Mm-hmm. But I'm basically just trying to limit my losses, just obviously put a lot of thought into things. But anyways, yeah, that's the reason why I got secondhand embarrassment is because I didn't document it till later, you know? People didn't even get to see me when I hated myself or like when, you know? I was just like either going through shit, which is like, I feel like I cheated myself as much as my viewers because I'm pretty sure they could have taken a lot from it. I kind of just like, bro, I literally wanted to be locked in. I didn't want nobody to see me. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I didn't go to no Hard Summer. I got invited to go to Hard Summer. I didn't go to that. I went last year though, but it's like, I got invited out. I got invited out a couple of times to come kick with the boys. Like even just at home, a couple parties here and there that I couldn't. I just like, I don't want to, you know, quite frankly, I need a detox. I don't want to. I don't like the person that I am, and I need to improve. So it wasn't until like 2 months in where I started documenting a little bit more of where I am. And in a way, I kind of just wanted to like, it was like my training arc. Like I just wanted time to fly from here to here. You get me? And it's kind of funny and ironically that you say, because I attempted my first 75 hard back in the spring. Did you know about that? No. I attempted it back in April, like my first one. This was the second one that I actually followed through. Okay, so let me give you a little kind of backstory of like, I guess we can just tap into my 75 hard experience right now since we're on the topic, and then you'll get into more of like your grind. But first 75 hard, what had happened was essentially my fraternity was on interim suspension for about 9 months, 10 months. I don't know. It was basically like 90% of my second year. For something that never even happened, whatever, found innocent, life goes on, woohoo. Anyways, so during that whole time where I was just living in the house and like nothing was happening, like social probation and whatnot, and I just remember looking back and I'm thinking, like, dude, like, I need to stop force sending. Force sending is like the downfall of men. You just, what is that? Force sending?
Force sending?
Force sending. Like force sending.
Oh, you're just doing it for
you're
no
just
reason.
like, you and your boys just like, you just, you know, like you and your boys just like do, like you're just trying to make a plan out of nothing, you know? And it's not like we were partying, like, what's the move?
Yeah,
and like
for no reason.
For no reason. And like just seeing, and it's like, dude, no, that like, and that was like the downfall of at least like me and my ambition for sending. And I was just like, all right, like whatever, I'm a second year, like what else is there to do? We can't have parties, we can't enjoy ourselves, we can't go to like social events, whatever. You just gotta like ride this whole thing out till it gets resolved, and it did. And it was kind of like delaying the gratification. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm done force sending. I'm gonna commit to the 75 hard. And it was perfect timing too, because I went to Deltopia and I had the worst Deltopia experience. I had the worst, Just like essentially like, just like girl drama. And then not only that, but like me and the boys, we were all going through some shit. I swear like that whole second year was just like, we were all going through it. On the ride back from Deltopia, we're just like in our feelings, just like, you know, just like the aux went off. Like it was honestly goated. Like I look back, like I know I didn't have the best time, but like just knowing my boys were like, we were all in like similar situations, just made it like I said, like enjoy every era you're in. If you're in your heartbroken era, then live it up.
Dude,
enjoy it.
Sometimes I miss my heartbroken era.
Yeah, no, I know, me too. So somebody just walked in. But anyways, Deltopia, after that I was like, oh hell no, like I'm locking in, right? So I commit to it and I was able to do like a good 28 days, I want to say. A good 28 days.
I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah. So it was a good 28 days, like the best 28 days. Dude, I honestly might have lost like 10 to 15 pounds. Obviously not all fat, but like good amount of water weight. Like I de-bloated, like my face wasn't as puffy and I was just consistent. I was locked in. And honestly, like there's beauty in that sober life, like 100%. Like there's periods in time where like, dude, I look back at the 75 hard, I'm like, damn, like I love that. I felt so productive, no brain fog, like clear headed, you know? But then at the same time too, it's like, if I want to go out now, it's like I can. So I'm going to go run it. Anyways, tapping back into the first 75 hard. So long story short, we get word that our fraternity is off suspension and we're back and everything's fine. So first time in 10 months, we have a danger. So then we have a danger and everyone pops out. It was one of the best times of my life. Boys are repping the Pumpn tanks. This was sometime in maybe May or April.
So
May or April.
Still before
like,
the summer.
Like literally, honestly, like week 8 or 7, something like that. So we're back. So I'm like, dude, there's no way I just missed out on my whole second year experience and I cannot like
get it back.
Go party. Yeah, I can't get it back. And then like I'm not gonna not go party with my boys. And we've been waiting for this moment forever.
Yeah.
So then danger happens, I break it, and then I get invited to formal that weekend, and then I go, and then it was our formal after, which was in Vegas. So I was like, dude, like I'm not, I was just like, all right, like I like once we got off suspension, it was like, okay, there's plots, you know? It's not just that what's the move type of night. It's like there is solidified plots. So, you know, last 3 weeks, derailed a little too hard, you know? And I was just like, not happy. I literally, like you said, bro, remember when I last checked in on you? You were like, bro, you're 155. You can throw up the screenshot right here. This was that guy on my snap.
Yeah.
I was 155 last time I saw him at the gym. And then in 3 weeks, I kid you not, those 3 weeks of just like,
you went to like
just, it was like, I was like on a 3 to 4 day bender like each week for those 3 weeks. And I just didn't give a fuck because I knew I was going to lock in the summer. I knew I was going to cut everything out. So in a way, I kind of like went through like a little purge or whatnot.
You let go?
Yeah, I just like, dude, I let myself go. I was like, all right, ultimate dopamine fiend, gained like what, 20 pounds? I think it was 175. Now I'm weighing around like below 150. Today I weighed 145, which is crazy.
Damn.
Like I did lose 30 pounds over the 75 hard.
Weight.
I am victim weight. Dude, we can tap into that too because, dude, victim weight. My opinion, the victim weight's goated. I love it.
I get called victim weight.
I know. There's no, dude, what do you, I'm 5'8". Do you want me to be 190 pounds at 10% just lean? Like I would have to either blast anabolics or be a 1 out of a billion genetic phenom. Like that is not, and then also I'm gonna look shorter. Bro, I'm fine. Like, honestly, in life, if I can get to a good, lean, muscular 160, I could not ask for more.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm only within that 10-pound, like, period, like, or that 10-pound gap. So it's like, dude, I'm going to be lifting my whole life. I don't really need to.
I think about that a lot, too.
Yeah,
I'm going to be lifting my whole life. Like,
and it's like,
I'm just going to chill.
I'm going to be lifting my whole life. Like, I know I want to get there yesterday, now.
Yeah.
However, it's like, enjoy the journey, and that's what 75 Hard taught me. But anyways, tapping back in. Basically, long story short, bro, I wasn't happy with myself. I felt like a piece of shit. Obviously, this girl had left me, and I was just like, damn, like, she don't want me. I don't want me. I feel like shit.
Bro.
Yeah, like, bro, it was just like rock bottom, essentially, and I'm like, all right, fuck it. So this goes along with my whole impulse control. Move out weekend. My now roommate's getting a haircut, and he's like, buzz it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't deserve to be hot. Like, I'm going to buzz it. So I let him buzz it, and it was horrendous at first. And then when I finally made it back home to San Diego, it was my friend. She hit me up, and she's going to like cosmetology school. And she's like, oh, like I can fix it. So then she fixed it. And then I was like, I look like an egg, bro. I look like Curious George. It was just with buzzed hair. I'm like, bro, I need to like do something. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna just bleach it. You know, like that's the move. Like, who am I gonna see? Who am I trying to impress? No one but myself. You know, it goes back to that whole thing of stepping out of the comfort zone. Another big reason too was because, bro, I don't know about you, but like hair has played a huge part in my life. Hear me out. I had dreadlocks for 8 years, and low key when I was like younger, kind of caused me to have an identity crisis because I was just only and purely solely known as the kid with dreads for 8 years. Damn. You know, since like second grade to freshman year of high school, I didn't really get to develop an identity outside of that. So when I did cut it, it was like I've always been just experimenting and trying to figure out my hairstyle because, dude, 8 years of my life where I couldn't really experiment. It was just wake up, shower, you know, get it fixed up, like every other week, you know. So it was just very different, and hair had kind of consumed me throughout high school, and even now in college, and I would just get so frustrated because like I have curly hair. So I'm like, bro, I do hours of research like with my stepbrother, and it's just like hours of research of what's the best curling cream, how to reduce frizz, like all this like obsessive. Like I'm pretty sure my brother behind the camera can relate because like he's seen it all, and like every time we go to Ulta, we just take forever on like proper hair products or whatnot. But hair had kind of consumed me. So I was just like, dude, like I'm a perfectionist and I was letting my OCD get the best of me. So I'm like, that's one less thing to worry about, especially over the summer. Buzzed it and then I bleached it. And that's how we began the 75 hard. It was just starting from scratch. Like, you know, we got a lot of fat to lose, we got a lot of reflecting to do. But I know that like it's kind of funny because I've experienced those first 2 weeks or even like first month of 75 hard, like kind of just like looking in the mirror with the buzz head cut. Dude, it's funny because you could never pay me. You could never pay me a certain amount of money back till before I got to that certain rock bottom point. Like I kid you not, if I lost a fantasy football bet or like pledgeship or any, if for whatever reason, if I had to just shave my head for whatever, I wouldn't have done it. I would have put my foot down. Like that was the one thing I never would have done because my hair meant so much. Like it's so stupid saying, but like at one point it meant so fucking much to me. And that's the one thing I wouldn't have done. And the fact that I pulled trigger and I was able to do it myself on my own call, obviously with a little pushing from my friend, I was like, all right, bet, like I'm down. And those first 2 weeks, that first month of the 75 hard, I remember just walking, making videos for my private. Hey, if you're in Road to Thad, you're a real one. And that private story is the single-handed reason why I'm gonna become a multi-millionaire, billionaire, and like successful. Because that story is what put me on to being more comfortable in terms of yapping, in terms of just being myself. Because if you joined it, you joined it. I didn't force you to. So I was just gonna be my raw self there.
Like you said earlier, you didn't start documenting until day 69 or whatever, like one of those days. Like in my head, you were documenting the whole thing on that like private story. Like it was roasted that. There's another one too.
True. It was Dowd University at first, and then it was Road to I switched it to Road to Thad. And if you know anything about Thad,
Thad Castle, bro.
Thad Castle is a stud. So
dude, I love that show. I remember watching that in high school, and I was like, "That is the best show ever."
No, it's so lit. It's so lit. Like it's actually so lit. But anyways, tapping back in, I guess I did document it. Like in a way, sure, it wasn't to public eye, but it was to 100 people who wanted to know who the real JT was. You know. And I didn't put on a filter.
You needed that.
Yeah, I needed that 100%. Yeah. And it's funny because, like I said, like talking to that camera, just buzzing my hair, just like not being happy with what I saw in the mirror. It's so ironic, but I felt carefree and like weight was lifted off my shoulders. You know, I never I just felt peaceful and like so content because I knew that when that confidence came back, when I get my hair back, when I'm like a lot bigger and leaner, whatever. When I start making bread, you know, like being able to pocket my own like profits and like I have a whole like 7-figure business, 8-figure business, and I'm like living my dream life. Obviously, it'll be all thanks to God, but at the end of the day, it's because that kid decided to put in the work, you know? Like I said, you're gonna look back on it and be like, dude, like, you know?
I feel like so much of entrepreneurship is just like self-improvement. Like you gotta figure out that discipline part, that like get comfortable part, and it all just ties into like just pouring that same energy into your business.
Yeah, you gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable, bro. And I think that's what it was, because I was so, like I said, so hyper fixed on like my hair and whatnot, and like that feeling of just talking to the camera with the people who genuinely wanted to be in that story, that lifted a weight off my shoulders, and I was just able to just, you know, let it rip, just let it go, you know? And I just felt so content. I was like, it was jokes, it was troll, because I love entertaining, I love being a troll, I love playing a certain persona. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what it was. And I just felt utmost confidence, just like I have nothing to lose. I was literally at that rock bottom, 75 hard. I have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And that's essentially what it was. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can relate to that in a way. Like, you really have nothing to lose. Like, if you've ever, like, what do you have to lose? You have everything to gain from this AI experience. Sure, you don't know much about it. Sure, we're, like, very early. But at the end of the day, you have nothing to lose going into that.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose trying something outside of your degree. So, I mean.
Dude, I think I'm writing a whole essay on that. I'm, like, I'm in upper division writing. And then, like, I'm just writing how, like, right now is the time to take risk. Like, I mean, we kind of talked about this like very early when we started. Like, how long has it been? It's been like an hour, and then we have this opportunity. Like, we're young. Like, grateful that my parents would give me this opportunity. Like, gotta take that next step. And then I kind of went through something similar that you went through like earlier this year, like that rock bottom. Like, you're 20. I went through that when I was 20. Like, I was in rock bottom when I was 20, and I feel like all those experiences of like getting comfortable with being uncomfortable slowly making progress on my discipline, and all those types of things led me to this summer. Just like it's like 2 weeks before summer, I decided I'm doing this documentary series the day that summer starts. I just felt ready from the start, and like I was able to just take it and just run with it. And but it was years of just character development,
Oh
like
yeah, I love
a
character
whole
development.
school year, like all last school year, I just spent learning because I learned engineering. They don't teach me nothing about computer science and mechanical engineering. They don't teach me nothing about sales. They don't teach me nothing about marketing. So then I go out and like all last school year, I get my mentor, my sales mentor, Ben. You met Ben. Shout out Ben Landry.
Oh my goodness, I
Amazing.
forgot, dude.
Yeah.
That was the day I met Ben was the day I shaved my head.
Was it really
Like,
that
I'm
day?
pretty sure. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was like that noon too.
No, it was.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's so funny. I mean, Ben's such a dope guy. Like, honestly, like hearing his story and like
Yeah.
everything that we talked to. So if long story short, like I think it was honestly like day one of 75 Hard. He hits me up, gets me into contact. We get lunch with his mentor, and like just hearing his story. He's also Christian. How he was
Yeah.
able to like just get his life together, and now he's like living the
He's
dream
killing
life,
it,
dude.
yeah.
It's funny because as part of my 75 Hard, he'd always be on my walks. I'd always see him on my walks.
He's always grinding.
Because he lives down the street from
Yeah.
us. So this guy has his own training facility?
Train facility. He's digital entrepreneur with that water business.
Oh my.
Selling the Enagic water. Dude.
I need some
Like-
of that, bro. When I make it, dude, there's gonna be something in the works there. There's gonna be something in the works there.
Yeah. So he really like, even though we don't do the same thing, like I do AI, he's doing more like fitness. So you two are more in the same space. Like
Yeah.
his mentality is really like where I can like learn from him. Like his discipline is through the roof. Like he keeps me accountable on a level that none of my friends could keep me accountable to. So I love that about him. I kind of forgot why I was talking about it. Oh, like last school year. So yeah, so I just spent all that time just learning business. Like instead of going to a party, like you came to Irvine to join a frat, but also you were like 3 years younger.
Yeah.
Like I came to Irvine like as a transfer, and I'm like, I'm here to figure out what I want to do with my life. And at first I came in like, I need an internship. And then I get an internship and I'm like,
Oh hell no.
oh, like, I mean, like, I don't think this is for me. Like
Mhm.
I think all my other co-interns I had, like this fit them really well. But for me, I felt like an outlier. So learning marketing, learning sales, got my sales mentor Ben. I was locked in the science library all day, like for a whole month of April, just learning how digital marketing works. And then all that like work just led up to this summer. And then now we're in year 2 of entrepreneurship. And then now like I had a meeting with my partner Griffin yesterday about like setting up internal business systems. And then I'm able to talk to my other partner, Xavier. Shout out to Xavier. And then we're over here working on like setting up this whole back end of code and Instagram automations. That way we can like scale it to a next level and hopefully make a software out of it. Like I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't spend all of last year just like character development, like
No, exactly.
entrepreneurship development.
And you would say that Ben has helped you.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially this summer with like staying dialed. Like I feel like I still feel like I could have done way more.
I felt like I could have
Yeah.
done more. Like I was yapping to my 75 Hard private, and I'm like, this is 75 easy.
Yeah, I feel like I
Which
could
at
have
the end
done
of the
way
day,
harder.
like just so you guys know, like these were my non-negotiables for 75 Hard. I'm pull up the list right here. So I actually have it. It's so funny. So where is it? 75 Hard. So these were my non-negotiables: 10,000 steps daily, an hour of weightlifting, an hour of cardio, aside from the 10,000 steps. I'd read daily, which what I read 2 books, not in full. One of them was in full, which was The Alchemist. Honestly, overrated book. It was too fictional for me. And then anyways, the other one was the Bible. I'd wake up and start my day with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And then I would hit my calories and macros primarily from Whole Foods. But then after that, it was just straight up like, if you guys saw, like I was just a creamy demon. Like
Ninja
I
Cream.
was a ninja creamy demon, bro. Like I would just put the most absurd non-Whole Foods,
for
red
that.
40, trans fats or saturated fats, whatever you want to call it, bro, just on top. I'd be like an anabolic ninja creamy as the base, and then it'd be like 3 Costco cookies drizzled in honey with like cinnamon toast crunch on top. Like it was kind of brutal. It gave me the craziest pumps, and I was still losing weight though. So by all means, I would not change that for the world. And then the other non-negotiables was no za, no drinking. So honestly, pretty
No, Za's the biggest one, bro. That's such a distraction.
really.
Like, bro, I feel like
I mean, 100%. I think like I think if you replace that with TRT, like society would just like I'm not even joking. Like the world would be a utopia. The world would dead ass be a utopia. I'm not even joking.
It's just a productivity killer, bro.
It is, and I do believe that there's outliers out there. There is people who it makes them more who makes them like actually like crack in or like whatever. But for 90% of the population, yeah, you're coping and it's a leisure. It's like it's one of those things where in a perfect world in the most Dow JT universe, I am not touching till my net worth is $1 billion and I'm chilling on my 200 mil private island, just doing nothing. Just doing nothing. It's one of those things where you just want to like kick back and relax. But I do think there's some outliers, and then there's like, I don't know. It's just straight up, just like I said, dopamine fiend. Like that's the only thing that comes to mind. Which I'm gonna be realistic. Like I said, like I'm somebody who likes to be real and keep it real. Like who do I have to lie to be honest? Like I'm not gonna lie to myself, but like to say, or for most people out there to say that they're gonna give it up is kind of like absurd. You know, I come from a background of just very much yo-yo dieting, yo-yo habiting, like whatever you want to call it. Was just either not just cut it out or just go crazy, you know, like whatever. So I was very much a black or white type of person when it came to those type of things, but like hopping on the 75 hard, like sticking to my regimen, just waking up every day, just seeing the small improvements. There's this common theme that I realized, and it's don't dig yourself into a deeper hole. Those last 3 weeks after I willingly failed the first 75 hard attempt, I did not need to dig myself into a deeper hole. Like, you know, who knows? I might have had my real hair back, you know? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like, I don't regret it. It was an impulsive decision, but I'm here. I'm surviving. I'm gonna live with it. I'm healthy. I'm more than happy. I just know we're just gonna continue improving. Like I said, like, that common theme was don't dig yourself into a deeper hole. And that's the whole thing with this lifestyle. It's that you can't continue this yo-yoing stuff if you're struggling with it, whether it's your diet, whether it's your habits, whether it's, you know, it's like, dude, you just incorporate it. Like, listen to your true self and incorporate it. Like, you can have fun. Like I said, that's the whole thing. Like, I'm never going to give up lifting as long as I'm physically able to. I picked up running, and it's like, bro, I'm a dopamine fiend, and I'll stand on that, you know? 100%. Cheap dopamine or expensive dopamine. I think, bro, whatever it is, dude, be safe. Don't take any of this as advice, but like, I love natural dopamine as much as I love cheap dopamine. You get me? And what I mean by that is like going on runs, like runner's high is real, bro. That feeling after is euphoric as it can be. Getting a pump, that's why I'm in here, you know? Getting a pump, that's as euphoric as it can be. Doing something like this that's very much productive, you know? Getting an A on that exam. I know, like, my roommate, he relates to that because it's like his hard work pays off. But then at the same time, there's also like, dude, if I want to go out with my boys and slam a couple beers, and I am, you know, if I want to, you know, like what I said, like, dude, you just got to be content with the life and like know to not dig yourself into a deeper hole. Same thing with my diet. Like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy some buffalo spot. But then I'm also going to be, dude, buffalo spot is gas. That's my bias. It's so bad because I can walk there if I wanted to.
Is that just an Irvine thing? Like,
I don't know.
I've never seen it anywhere else.
Me neither. It's crazy. That's how they get you.
Wait, can you talk about the best places to eat around here?
Yeah, we can. But I was saying is like, bro, if I want to get some buffalo spot, I can. If I want to cook my home cooked meal, I will. All right. But anyways, the best. I honestly only tap into kava and buffalo spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you tried Gogi? It's right across the street.
I have not.
Dude, so there's this place right across UC Irvine called Gogi Grill, California Gogi Grill. I haven't seen any other one of it like on the maps. Dude, it's so good. They got like rice, glass noodles, bulgogi, Korean fried chicken. You can get chicken bulgogi. You can get spicy beef. Bro, it's like Korean Chipotle.
Really?
Dude, it's so good. It's honestly like not that good for you, but like every now and then, fire. Dude. So that's my favorite spot.
I don't know. My vice is buffalo spot.
Buffalo spot?
You got the Cali burrito,
so good,
mango habanero, pineapple jalapeno. Need I say more?
Dude, I love the buffalo fries they have.
Yeah, they're good too. I've had those, but you know, I'm Mexican, so I'm gonna stick with my burritos, dude. But anyways, so yeah, like 75 hard, like I just followed that, and like honestly, like there really is like I'm pretty sure if you clicked on this video, you kind of want to know my experience. It was very much just routine, bro. It was very much like I didn't want to be like invited anywhere. I wasn't gonna go out anywhere. I didn't want to be talked to. I just needed to handle my shit on my own, you know? Walked every day, lifted every day, focused on my diet, spend time with my siblings. Obviously, we got pretty productive with the editing or whatnot. Just kind of like reevaluating where I was and who I wanted to be. And then, like I said, like I've been faced with this question before, which is like, I've addressed it in the past. Do I want to be an influencer? Is the influencer route for me? I kind of hate the term influencer. I hate when people put labels on stuff, because even when I started running, people are like, oh, are you hybrid now? I'm like, dude, what does that even mean?
Are you?
I was never am I hybrid?
Oh, okay.
Am I hybrid? Yeah. People were asking me when I picked up running, am I hybrid? I'm like, bro, what does that even mean? Like, I hate labels. It's like unnecessary, because it's like I was never a bodybuilder. I've been an athlete my whole life. I'm also a CEO. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a frat guy. I'm also in a frat. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm also in a frat. I'm trying to be the best son, the best friend, the best mentor, the best companion, whatever. I'm just trying to maximize all areas in life. That's what Phenom stands for. That's why I chose Pumpn University mascot, Phenom, you know? I also have plans of like tapping back into like acting and like just like the industry, you know, of like, whether it be Hollywood or like, who knows, my brother just comes up with something of his own, because he's our film and editor. Like been grown up like Disney Channel, Sony commercials. We have experience in that industry, and it's like, dude, I know my brother can be a badass director. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I said, bro, like, why put a label on you? Why cap yourself at a salary when you know you could be doing more? I just strive to be an up-and-comer, the best version of myself, you know? And I'm here for it, and people don't get it, and a lot of people will not get it. But those who do, they're the real ones, and they'll, like, you know, when you do make it, you know, like, you'll notice, like, whether it's your partners, Xavier and Griffin, or, like, even some of your hometown buddies, like, do you get any backlash? I'm actually curious for, like, posting and stuff. Like, do you? Because I do. I get a shit ton.
Not really. I mean, like, I'll get those comments, like, on, these are kind of funny. They'll call me prompt monkey. Like, but these are, like, random. So, like, basically, like, people will say in my comments, like, oh, you're not an AI engineer, which I never said, because I'm not creating AI models. Even though, like, we could do AI models, like, some people want, like, models to, like, help them with their sports picks, like, kind of, like, analytic stuff. But, like, I'm not doing that stuff, but because I'm not an AI engineer. Like, I'm not personally the one doing it. And then they'll call me a prompt monkey. But these are randoms. But, like, as far as, like, people I know, like, I have had some people I know, like, just, like, unfollow me. Like, and I'm like, damn, like, I thought we were close. Like you don't want to see me succeed?
Yeah.
Like, but, like, I don't know. Like, I guess I can't just take it that personal. Like,
You can.
like, because some of these people I haven't seen since high school, and that was, like, 4 or 5 years ago. And, like, but as far as, like, my best friends, like, from home, like, my group, I think they all kind of, like, support me. Like, even though I did tell them, like, don't hit me up for shit this summer, basically.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're trying to, like, go get lunch or, like, hit a workout, like, I'm not really down. Like, they know that I'm on my grind. Like, they know I still love them. Like, I'm still in those group chats with them, like, shooting the shit.
Here.
Like,
I'd pull up to some functions, like, sober or whatnot. I mean, like, you know, like, I just want to show face, because I do miss my homies back home, you know? And, like, I try, to pop out to anything as much as possible. But, like, there was a certain point where, like, of the cut where I was, like, physically unable to. And, like, that's kind of, like, okay, so kind of, like, tapping back into that way just real quick, because, like, we might spew everywhere. But that's crazy. That's good. That's actually pretty good. Like, that people, like, you know, like, that, I mean, at least people, you know, don't really, like, have anything but support for you, you know?
Yeah.
For me, it's, like, double-sided in a way. It's kind of very interesting dynamic, because it's, like,
maybe they hate me.
No. Yeah, who knows? For me, it's, like, bro, I'll never listen to somebody who isn't with the girl that I want, who doesn't have the dream car that I want, who isn't have the lifestyle that I want, the career that I want, the relationship with God that I want. Like, if you're not doing anything that I want, why would I listen to you, bro? You're so close-minded and cut off, and you don't even know what you can accomplish yourself. I know what I can accomplish myself, right? I'm very much secure in that fact. And that is a fact. And for example, like, I've never been criticized by somebody doing more than me. Like I said, it's always the person who is working that 9 to 5 or who is just settling for less. And it's like it goes one ear and out the other. I think it's pretty funny, because it's like, you really think these big guys, these big dogs up here, CEOs, Elon Musk, CEO of Gymshark, all these guys are like, do you think they're going to criticize you or give you shit for what you're trying to accomplish? And like, I did lose followers at the beginning of like my posting journey. You know, I lost like around like, I don't know what the number is. Like, Instagram be tripping. It's like, I think I lost like around 50, which is goated. I mean, I didn't, you know, like, it's funny because they think by unfollowing or blocking me, they're gonna escape me. But in reality, it's like you won't. You'll be seeing me on billboards. You'll be seeing my gym being advertised on your For You page. Like you'll find me one way or another, bro. Like I'm sorry, but like you're not escaping me. I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like even if you were to give up and you're like, damn, like maybe I should delete that post. You're literally letting them win. Like why would like they're testing you? Like it's literally a test from the universe. How bad do you want it? That's how I look at it. How bad do you want it? And it's funny because there's this one post that I posted that got more sends than likes, which is goated because that means more people are viewing it than actually like liking it. But yet the engagement is crazy high. So it's like, bro, a win is a win. At the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do. Like right now, I'm kind of in my like in your face era with this whole like blonde hair and like kind of like eyebrow slit or even like the decommitted, whatever you want to call it. Like bet against me. Like I dare you. Like, you know, only time will tell. And like I'm not stopping anytime soon. Like, you know, I'm young. I got 10 years to make this shit pop off. I'm trying to get there by the time I'm 23, 25. Oh, say less. Like whenever God thinks that I'm ready to make it, like I know His timing never fails.
That's the biggest thing. Like
I know His timing. I think
about
fails.
that a lot.
I do. It's like as much as I do want to get there, and like, yo, Dad, you don't have to work another day in your life. Yo, Thea, you don't have to work another day in your life. Yo, Grandma, I'll pay for your bills. Yo, thank you for this and this and that. Like I can pay back the people that I love, but I know I want to get there. But until then, it's grind time, baby.
Do you have any videos you'll post and you're like make you cringe? Like, bro, there's some videos I posted where like
100%.
I can't even go back and watch them. And like sometimes I don't even know why like I never deleted them. Like I'm glad I didn't, but like I'm just like, what was I thinking recording this? Like I could have made this so much better. Like it makes me cringe to watch it back. And
it does, but if you're not cringing looking back, then that means you're not growing.
Yeah. 100%.
So it's like, it's kind of funny. Like if you're not cringing looking back, if you're not thinking of ways to actively improve it, then you're not gonna grow. Like, you know, like imagine if you posted for 5 years straight and you didn't look back and like, you're not having to question yourself like, oh, what do I do different? Or like, is this gonna hit or not? I think it's also part of the trial and error thing too. Like people would just love to say that like you trying to do something out of the norm is cringy or corny, but it's like till you get there and like till the results show for itself, then it's like, oh, like I always believed in you. Like I knew you were gonna make it happen. But at the end of the day, like you just gotta be secure in yourself. It goes back to that age-old question. Like do what you want and live the life that you want to live. And I have fun making my posts. I have fun like doing photo shoots. I have fun coming out here on this podcast. I have fun being entertaining. Like I don't care if you laugh at me or laugh with me. As long as I can make you laugh, that's what I'm here for.
Yes, sir. Dude, I just remembered when I first started posting. It was like earlier this year. At first, like before I started documenting like the business, I would just make like random posts like, this is what you can do with AI, like ChatGPT tricks, like oh, a new AI tool. And then at first, like this is when I was getting hate, like by my own classmates. Like some of my homies in my classes would be like, oh, what's up with you posting those NPC videos? That's crazy. I was just like,
it's always the like double-sided.
They don't get it, bro.
It's always the little double-sided comments that's like, and I'm such a nice guy where I don't want to clap back. Like it takes a lot for me to clap back. I need to like, my test needs to be at an ultimate high for me to clap back and like tap into my douchebag side. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like I hate clapping back because it's like you're low-key letting them win if you let that get to you. But it's like sometimes I'll clap back on some troll shit.
I'll just laugh.
Yeah, I just laugh. I'm like, all right.
Because I knew it was coming. I was like, I'm starting something different. Like I never like.
And it's even different in terms of the world too. Like AI, like we said, it's the very, very beginning of it. Bro.
I think it kind of shines because for example, I'm talking about the people that are in my engineering classes, like that said these things, and like I can see how it kind of shines a light like internally on them. They're like, oh, this guy's like out here posting about like technical stuff, like AI, like we're over here doing engineering and stuff, and like you're just in my class, like oh, like you think you're better, like you think you can do more, like
no, that's dude, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like they love to hate on people that are doing more than them because like on paper, like okay, I'll adjust this thing. A big question that I got over the 75 hard was, why'd you get your belly button pierced? You know. And I got it, for those who don't know, I got my belly button pierced on 4th of July. I'm not afraid to say that. I got it with my sister, and dude, it's 4th of July. And people think it was like a drunk impulsive decision, but it wasn't. I was sober. It was on the 75 hard, so I was dialed. And dude, when I'm on my deathbed, I want to look back and be like, damn, I'm glad that when I was in my 20s, I was able to full send a belly button piercing during like the 4th of July. Like, I don't, like when I'm on my deathbed, I don't want to be like, damn, like I really regret that. Like I'm glad I listened to X, Y, and Z's opinion and did not get my belly button piercing. Like, I didn't get my belly button pierced. Like, I'm not gonna say that on my deathbed, bro. Like, I'm gonna do what I want when I want. And like, honestly, for the plot, for the story, like, I love that type of shit. You know, that's who I've always been too. Like, an impulsive, like, kind of just like, all right, fuck it. You know, if I told people that I got it for, oh, because it was a dare, or like, oh, because somebody was gonna pay me X amount of money, then they'd be like, oh, okay. But if I tell people, like, what if I told you, like, bro, I wanted it, I thought it looked sick. What are you gonna tell me? You gonna call me sus? Like, I'm not. Like, I'm 100% secure in my own sexuality of being a heterosexual male. That it's not gonna affect me. At the end of the day, too, it's a piercing. I can take it off. But going back into your whole, people love to talk once you're doing more than them. It's like, on paper, it can go two ways. For me, the belly button piercing can be a motivator. You know, like, I always gotta be on top of my shit because as long as I'm doing more than them, none of the shit they say matters. You get me? It's kind of like an FU, kind of like a big dick moment, which is like, bro, you're gonna let some dude with some bleached hair, a belly button piercing, lift more than you, look better than you, be more physically active than you, make more money than you, run a business better than you, get with badder chicks than you. Like, you're just getting mogged, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So like, for me, it motivates me to continue to be a mogger and just continue to, you know, like, anyone who has ever had shit to say about it, they're getting mogged. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just on paper. I'm just, you know, and that's not me being cocky, but it's like, people just pick at you for anything that they can't control, you know? But it's like, dude, like, I guarantee you, I walk into the gym, I'm going to be lifting more than the guy next to me who probably has some shit to say, and he doesn't have a belly button piercing. Like, dude, like, fuck it. At this point, you guys should all get one. It gives you power. Maybe you'll be the next big CEO. Maybe you'll actually lift some real weight for once.
Real weight.
But like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate tapping into that side, but I just had to be addressed. But another thing too, fun fact, bro, for me, there's two things that are, I think, in my opinion, like, look hot on girls.
The what?
Look hot on girls.
Okay.
Tan lines and a belly button piercing. Those are my weaknesses.
Dude, for me, it's like the hourglass waist shape.
Okay, obviously, and then personality, but no, personality's top. But
100%.
no, 100%. But so actually, in my notes, I actually have this method that I came out with during the 75 hard. It's called the hot or not method, and essentially, I came to the conclusion that if you're attractive in this world, life is on easy mode, especially if you're a girl. But if you're a guy, dude, you're honestly life on easy mode. You know, easier than, you know, because, you know, as guys, we kind of like gotta grind, gotta get shit done.
If you're secure in yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're insecure, like, you're just like...
True, but like, if there was a guy that was just a 10 out of 10, like, on the streets and homeless, like, dude, just shave him up and you know, like, he can become a model. Like,
no,
I don't know.
I've seen like, I remember this.
I've seen like videos like that too, where they just go on the street and it's like some homeless guy who's just absolutely just genetic, like, specimen.
No, I've seen like where they're doing, like, it's a homeless guy doing that, but like, he gets by like sleeping with women. Like, he'll stay at their like hotel rooms, and that's where he showers.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so he's kind of like just like leeching.
Yeah, but like, because he's attractive, he's able to do it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I personally wouldn't go
I
that route.
personally wouldn't go that route either. But what I'm saying in terms of like business or just life in general, like, if you're attractive, if you're hot, life will be on easy mode. And that goes for both guys and girls. So going by that method, bro, the key to life is to be more attractive. That's my rule of thumb. I think like what will take you far in life is like attractiveness, and then it's like discipline, work ethic. But they kind of go all hand in hand, because you gotta like be able to like, you can't let yourself go. You know, you can't dig yourself into a deeper hole. So for me, going by that logic, obviously, like, when I'm faced with the decision, you know, I got like 6 hours of sleep. Should I go out tonight or just save it for the weekend? I'm gonna save it for the weekend because I know I'm gonna feel better, and then I'm gonna feel hot, and then I'm gonna be on my shit. So it's kind of like momentum. Same thing with me too, which is like belly button piercings. I think they're attractive on girls. I think if you're lean enough that they're attractive, right? So I'm like, all right, I lost 30 pounds. Like, it's kind of like a set of handcuffs. Like, I can't let myself go no more, or else I won't be hot. So I don't know, or else I won't be able to pull it off. But that's kind of the way I think of things. Completely not normal, but I know that I'm not normal. So it's just kind of funny, just like going by that. But like, yeah, like next time you're faced with a choice and a decision, yo, should I go out and eat or should I stay home and cook? Honestly, personally, like today, I want to stay home and cook. I think that's going to make me hotter. You're just faced with different decisions and you apply that at different times in life, and it'll take you far. That's my method, the hot or not method. That's what I've found to work for me. So who knows? If you guys decide to use it, just let me know. Give me some feedback on that, you know? But
I think more like on the personal development side. Because I feel like confidence comes like plays a bigger role for men. Or maybe I'm just not as hot as you.
No, no. I would. No, I know that I'm not. I know that I'm not ugly, but I'm not like the best looking. But like I know, like bro, I'm content with myself. I don't care. I'm secure in who I am and who I'm gonna become. Like regardless, like dude, like you're forgetting like comparison is a thief of joy. The only person you should be comparing yourself is to like your own prior self, and just work towards maximizing what God gave you. And like at the end of the day, like that's it. Like you can't do anything in your power to change whatever you don't like about you. Like, you know, when I buzzed my hair and I was fat, 175, like I would look in the mirror and I'd pinpoint like everything, you know, like just certain features, whether it be my nose, my ears, my eyebrows, my, you know, my lips, my facial hair, my whatever it is, like that I'm just can pick and like break apart myself and think like, damn, like I hate the way I look. But it's like, hell no, bro. Like, you know, like my mom, my dad, like dude, they blessed me with these genetics, then I'm gonna just maximize. I'm gonna just genetic max, bro. I'm gonna work with what I have, and I'm so content with that. Because there's even people like, for example, like bodybuilders. This is why like I kind of also hate like labels and stuff, because there's a lot of bodybuilders who look insane. Like I'm talking to your 250-pound, like 6% like body fat, and then they're insecure. That's where I knew, oh, we're cooked as a generation, because it's like inflation, you know, like you think that's the new normal, when in reality it takes a lot of gear and it takes a lot of like, you know, a lot of like whatever sacrifice just for him to not be happy with what he looks at in the mirror. Like, dude, I'd rather just be, you know, I'd rather eat my steak, drink beer, work on my business, go to the gym, get a pump, hit my run, and live a life that I love, and then look, you know, above average, you know. And, you know, like by all means, like I don't hate the way I look. Like, sure, could I, if I hopped on gear and like, why not? Like, could I look better? Sure, but I'm not willing, like that's not what I stand for, you know. I just want people to be the healthiest version that they can, you know, like when they can. And that goes by like same thing that I said, like decisions or whatnot. But
do you think that what are your thoughts on people who are only gym disciplined?
What do you mean?
Because like I've noticed that like when I go to the gym, I'll talk about this a lot while I was down this summer, like with my friends. I'm like, look at all these people who are like here, because I would go to TG back in SDU.
Yeah,
they're all bodybuilders, they're all massive, and then I would just be like, you know, like think of all these people, like all these people have like a gym routine, like they're locked in on the gym. Like, what do they do outside? Like, do they apply that same discipline to their?
It's probably a 9 to 5, bro.
Huh?
It's probably a 9 to 5.
Well, like even if it is or isn't, like a lot of them are just like stoners, but like they work out every day.
Yeah.
They're gym disciplined, but like everything else outside of the gym is just a mess.
Bro, that's where I found myself too, where I found myself in this like, just like this black hole of like if like the gym meant everything to me, and if my lift was shit, then my day was shit, you know. If I didn't hit my macros, and you know, and it stressed me the fuck out, and like I couldn't handle. But I realized that like it isn't worth it, you know. And even those people that do make everything, like you said, it's like the gym in a way is a false sense of accomplishment. You go in there, you get a pump, you feel great. I relate to that. But at the end of the day, if I'm not using it to monetize a business or create something outside of just the gym and going in there and lifting heavy weight, then it's like, bro, it could very much be a rat trap, because you think you're accomplishing something, but you're not. And that's why I hit a point of realization. I'm like, I'm never gonna look like David Lade. How else can I contribute to the fitness and health community of university? I dropped my brand, because at the end of the day, I want my pockets to be bigger than my muscles, and then for God to use my pockets to bless others. That's the end goal. That's the formula. That's where I'm trying to go. But it's kind of funny you mentioned it, because, bro, would you ever hop on gear?
I don't think I would. Unless I'm like 50 and I'm like low on test.
I think TRT, it's kind of funny because like, well, not funny, but like my brother, he's going through an injury, because it actually got me into running, because he loved running, and then he herniated his disc and he can't run. So now, so like he can't run now. And we were just like researching like all types of just like different peptides or whatnot. And like, it's a very interesting realm, which will, in the Pumpn University pharmacy or clinic that we have, obviously, like hopefully there will be some TRT services, maybe even like peptides and like a bunch of research. I don't want to dive deep into it this episode, because we're running out of time. But I actually had an experience with natural amino acid, L-carnitine. Have you heard about it? L-carnitine.
I've heard of L-carnitine. I've heard of amino acid.
It's like
I've never heard of like this thing combined.
It's it's just an amino acid, L-carnitine. Like just literally L-carnitine.
Okay.
It's sold in most energy drinks. They sell it in pill form, liquid form. It's like a fat burner.
Ben was like, you need to hop on this. Yeah.
But essentially, for those who don't know, if you ingest it orally, It's not as biologically available. And then there's also been some research showing that its conversion in your digestive system converts to TMAO, which is a carcinogen. So, I mean, obviously me, I'm trying to like health max and like trying to limit anything, especially since I do engage in some vices. I'm just trying to like optimally just balance everything out. Anyways, I was like, all right, I'm gonna inject it. So I had this whole 75 hard. I think it lasted me like the majority of it. It was only like 50 days of the 75 hard, where I did experiment with injectable L-carnitine. Do your own research, but it's completely natural. Just because I pinned it doesn't make me not natural. But honestly, the only supplements that I'd buy are creatine, a good pre-workout, which these two can come hand in hand sometimes, depending on like your pre-workout brand, and injectable L-carnitine. Other than that, no BCAA, no nothing is gonna compare unless it's like actual gear. But injectable L-carnitine, I did have a good experience with it.
Yeah?
I felt it kind of gave me, like every time I'd pin, I don't know if it was placebo or not, but it kind of gave me that little surge of energy that I would experience from my first sip of caffeine,
I wanna
like
try it.
60 to 90 minutes. The only thing was, it was kind of annoying pinning, you know?
What does that mean, pinning?
Pinning, like
you pin it on your ass? Oh.
Yeah, like hitting it.
Like literally
No,
inject it?
literally
Oh,
pinning.
okay,
Like
okay.
it was, I rotated from the delts to my lats. I pinned the glute like once or twice. I did not fuck with that. And then my quads. So it was mainly, I did not fuck with lats either. I was kind of uncomfortable.
Oh, bro, I'm
It was my
dead.
shoulders. My shoulders got abused, and then my quads. But other than that, no. That like I sweated more, which obviously doesn't equate to burning more fat. But at least I don't know, if there's some mobilization going on, then oh well. But I just felt like the way it made me feel. I definitely do think it was worth my buck, and it's something. But let me tell you, like I just took it for those 50 days. I tried it. I think it did work. I think it did its job. However, it does need to be. Again, you do need to be in a deficit, and then like or else it won't work. You just can't defy the laws of thermodynamics. But at the end of the day, like it is a natural supplement that I do like. You know, if you're trying to like maximize natty max, if you're trying to natty max, a good pre-workout, creatine, injectable L-carnitine. Other than that, everything else is probably just like you're getting finesse for your money if it's not actual gear.
I only do coffee for pre-workout.
Really?
Yeah, like I honestly like
I'm a caffeine junkie, bro. Like
Dude, I'm a caffeine
I'm a caffeine junkie. Like
this is my third coffee this morning. Dude,
I'm jealous.
yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous, bro. I'm about to start tweaking if I don't get some sort of caffeine. But is there anything else you wanna tap into? We talked about your business. We talked about life at UCI. Wait, I have one more question in terms of like UCI life. How's the G life, bro?
The G
The G life, because you're not affiliated, but like you're also like you said, like you do have some Greek life connections though, right? Like you told me.
I feel like I'm pretty.
Couple sorority tryouts.
I'm pretty. Well, that's my cousin just tried out. I feel like when I transferred, I've always been like a very frat-like personality. Like
Nah,
type of
that's
person.
how we met.
Yeah, 100%. So when I came in though, like I was already, I was 21
Yeah.
already. So like I was like, if I come here and I join a frat, like one, it was kind of an ego thing because I was like, if I get fucking pledged by some 19-year-old second year, I'm just gonna sock him in the face. And then, but
That's
that was
UCI. That nothing like that happens here.
no, yeah,
I
but
think
like,
you'll be
like,
fine.
But regardless, I didn't want to jump back in that life. I wanted to like, okay, I want to come here. What I want out of this, like, what do I want to feel like when I leave? And I was like, okay, what I want to feel like when I leave is I want to know what I'm going to do with my life. And if I happen to figure it out while I'm here, I want to start it. And that's exactly what's happened. Like, because I'm not in this Greek life stuff,
Yeah.
I'm not like getting thrown all the time. Like, oh, let's party here. Oh,
it's-
formal here. Like, oh, Bender this day. Oh, satellite house party over here. Like no, like I'm able to literally just be in my room all day, and I can just distance myself from that, and it's not gonna come my way.
See, that was the beautiful part about the 75 hard too, is because like I went from being a piece of shit living with 18 of my other best friends in the frat house, and I feel like like there is a certain personas or voices that do get with you, but like you also do need to spend time alone, you know, which was the beauty of it, because it's like you got to figure out more about who you are, what you like, what you don't like, and you just got to listen to your voice more so often rather than other external voices just trying to sway you one way or the other, you know? And it's not a bad thing necessarily, but like just time alone is goated in a sense. Like, you know, same thing with like a girlfriend. Like there's people out there who are mandilones, like, you know, like people out there who, like, if their girlfriend doesn't let them go out, they can't go out. There's, you know, if their best friend says like, oh no, like then they're gonna listen to him rather than taking, you know, you just gotta listen to that own voice in your head at the end of the day. You know, even it could even be like your parents' voice telling you to do something like, you know, don't do AI. It's not worth it. but then you're gonna like, listen to your own voice, and or else you won't be happy and content with the life that you live. But
I just feel like to fully answer your question, I wanted to lock in more and like how's the life. I feel like I can always find like a party here and there. Like I threw a good amount of parties in my first year here at Irvine. Like not gonna lie. Like my partner Griffin, he was my roommate. Dude's a G, but he's crazy, bro. Like if we want to have fun, like we know how to have fun. Like I live by a very work hard, play hard motto. Like I feel like I kind of associate like my friends this way. Like if I can't have a lot of fun with you, I better be able to grind with you. Facts. Or like even if we're not doing the same thing, like I better like be able to respect your grind and like what you're doing, like knowing that you're going 100% like into whatever you're pursuing. And if you're not that kind of friend, then at least when I do want to go on some bullshit and like have fun, like I better know that if I go out with you, we're gonna have a great time. Yeah. So like for me, like my best friends from home, like I know if I go out them, we're like I have no idea how we're ending that night, but I just know I'm gonna have a great time. But like with my friends here, like I know I can just post up
lock in
somewhere and we're grind all day.
Dude, that's okay. That's one thing. Going back to the one thing you said was when you want to work hard, you can work hard and then play hard. For me, I used to live by the motto. Back when I was a piece of shit, I used to live by the motto. Work hard, play harder. But now I flipped it, and life has been work harder, play hard. You know, or play hard, work harder. I flipped it, and it's like life has been amazing since. You know, my work, my craft, my gym. Chasing that natural dopamine, I know eventually like the good side of me, like it'll just like I'll just continue getting closer to my goal when I work harder. Like still play hard when appropriate. By all means, be safe. Like surround yourself by people who are gonna take care of you or whatnot. Like like I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but at the end of the day, like from experience, work harder, play hard, or play hard, work harder. You know, working harder, you're never gonna regret working harder, bro. And I can promise you that you're never gonna regret working harder.
100%.
But I mean, do you have anything else to say to end off on a note? Anything? Where can they find you? Where do these people?
SmileJimenez.ai. That's my Instagram. I don't have a YouTube yet, dude. I want to start doing YouTube. I really, really want to, like, for content, for just like explaining how to do what we do, just like giving out resources, like. Hormozy really changed the game with the whole like just give value. Yeah. And that works as so great for lead magnets. Dude, we could probably do a whole podcast on just like business stuff that we've learned.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, but what's it called? Wait, what were you saying right now?
I was talking about like YouTube. Like you're
I remember what I wanted to ask you, but do you know how many followers you started summer with?
Yeah, like 1660.
Like 16?
1,660.
That's how many like before your whole series.
I screenshotted it. Well, yeah.
And then now you're like at 6K, huh?
I hit 6K like
that is crazy.
Yeah.
You 6 times your following from creating content.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro. And like I know I'm gonna get there. I just need to stay as consistent as you are. That's why like I look up to you too, because like you've driven me to step out my comfort zone. Like sure, I do have a podcast. Sure, I try to bump out as much content as I can, but it's like you're somebody who's actually seen that growth, and I haven't seen it yet. If anything, I've seen negative growth, you know?
Yeah. Well, I had that negative growth period. Like, I might have started actually at like 17 something when this is the summer. The number I told you was like, because I remember like the day it started, I screenshotted my follower count just to see like, okay, like I'm gonna look back on this like so I can remember. But I remember like before that, I ever started posting, I might have had 1,800. Yeah. And then, so it was like 3, 4, 5 months of just like negative. But it was because I wasn't tailoring my content to my target audience. Yeah. I was trying to tailor it to everyone that I was already following, but I wasn't trying to tailor it to the audience that I wanted to build. And when I started tailoring it to, I want software engineers and I want business owners, and I started making my content towards them, like all my like documenting videos. That's when I slowly started seeing growth. Damn. And started with like 1 follower a day, or like sometimes like 1 follower like every 4 or 5 days. And then eventually one video just randomly took off, and everyone that was following it was like a software engineer or like all dudes, like straight sausage fest through my follows. But like it was the target audience, and now I have more follows on that video than likes.
100%. That's goated. Honestly, like thank you, bro. Because like, dude, honestly, like that's one thing I struggled with was, like obviously I lost a following when I first started like posting and staying consistent. Mm-hmm. But I was having this conversation with my stepbrother too. I was just like, dude, like is my like he X'd his following, right? Like, that's crazy. Like hard work does pay off or whatnot.
Consistency,
But
bro.
he was also telling me too how like you need to have your own niche, right? Like you need to have your own, because for example, like me, like my 1,300 followers, they're people, they're like friends from back home, they're friends from San Diego, friends,
all over the place.
friends here at UCR, my like Greek life, but not necessarily people out there who are gonna buy my shit, you know? Like, sure, like there's gonna be people who support me here and there, but like in terms of those people who are trying to be phenoms, who are trying to better themselves, entrepreneur, but still live a Dow degenerate lifestyle, like whatever it is, like those are my people and those are the community that I need to find. Like obviously, like I think honestly, like these next 2 years of college, I'm just gonna really embrace and suck in the full college experience, you know, like the frat life, the business major life, the entrepreneurial life. And I know after that, like it's kind of gonna like that version of me will just like dial down, and then I'm very much gonna become business oriented. Who knows? I might push myself to do a bodybuilding show and like hit one of these. I don't know where
We have
life's
2
gonna
years
take
of college
me.
left.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
like
week 2.
I have my whole life.
Yeah.
When I'm like 22 and graduated to figure it out, but it'd be lit if this happened. It will probably happen within these next 2 years because it'll be like night and day. Should I decommit? Should I drop out from university or not?
Oh, it's a good one.
2
bro.
years in. Honestly, no, I won't. I can't. I made a promise to myself and like also like for my mom. I gotta get a diploma. Yeah, even though it's not gonna do much, but
I feel like it's
just be a jack of all trades. It kind of like aligns with just like maximizing everything. Why not?
It's
I'm
cool
here for
to
2
be here.
years.
It's
I'm
cool to be
halfway.
here.
I'm halfway through. No, 100%. I'm halfway
Yeah.
through.
And I feel like the connections is a huge part of it. Like, I think I'm gonna bring you out tonight to that manifesting. Like, I think you'll like meet a bunch of people who kind of think the same way as you.
Yeah,
And like,
it's hard finding it over here in UCI.
dude, exactly.
It's
So
tough.
like, so you.
And if you're a
need
G
that.
and you're able to find your people, okay, I have hope.
Yeah.
I have hope.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Because bro, like I go to my classes, like all these people are like, oh, internship, like engineering, like,
Yeah.
like not a single person thinking about business, bro. Not a single person thinking about making content, except
Yeah.
like one person.
That's goated.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that was one heck of a yap sesh. That's funny
Dude, I
because
could keep yapping.
yeah, I could keep yapping too. But honestly, like we'll just be having more episodes soon. And
Okay.
this is the first one back. Ironically enough, no script. Like I remember my first podcast, episode 1.
You got a
It
script?
actually had to, dude. Yes, it was. it was insane. It felt like so botted. We actually had to come back and film it another time.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, dude, no, I'm not happy with it. Here, we just let shit roll off the tongue. We just let shit here roll off the tongue, and dude, honestly, I wouldn't have changed it for the world. Obviously, we could tap into it a little bit more, but that's an episode for another day. Other than that, boys and girls, ladies and gents, we got Ismael here. Where can they find you?
Bro, so Instagram, ismaeljimenez.ai. That's pretty much where I do all my marketing. Like, hopefully, when you see it, I got the YouTube. It'll probably be in the link in my bio. So that's pretty much everything I got. Fix
Yeah.
ad, LinkedIn.
Yep. What's pumping? Episode 6. We'll be back at it. Yo, my boy Ismael. We'll see you in the next one, ladies and gents.